Microphone check. Let's see. Hopefully, you guys can actually hear me talking. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Alright, so we got 14 people hanging out. Let me know in the chat real quick. Alright, great. So you guys can hear me talking. Alright. What's up, everybody? We got Simone, Vincent, Robin. I almost said myself because I see my own name in there. Yova, JXE, Alex, Misconduct. Yeah. What's up, everybody? So yeah, just saw. I didn't just see Endgame, but yo, what's up, Adam? I didn't just see. Sorry, yesterday, but yeah, wow, it's a lot to take in. So I'm really excited for all you guys to go check that out. I can't believe it made so much money. I'm not surprised, but it's made what, over 1.3 billion dollars already, if it's already surpassed The Last Jedi. So, oh my god, it's a lot of freaking money. Yeah, no spoilers in the stream. TK5763, how am I? I'm good. How are you? How is everybody? How's everybody's weekend been? Have you guys tried to avoid spoilers on Twitter? It's like, did Marvel even realize their own freaking tweeting would spoil their own movie, as I just saw an hour ago? It's silly. But yeah, great freaking movie. Very emotional. And then what I ended up doing last night is just I bought a couple of the MCU films and started rewatching them immediately. So I've never been much of an MCU guy, but I did like these last couple of films. I didn't see what's it called, Captain Marvel yet, which I don't think I really needed to anyways. So oh yeah, there'll be no spoiling. I'll only just tell you my emotion meter, which is emotions ran high. But yeah, so anyways, welcome to the stream, everybody. It is Sunday. It is actually sort of nice out where I am, and thank God it's not. I thought it was gonna rain, but it isn't. Also, I finally got a what's it called? A really nice digital SLR just came in today that I ordered. So now I can make hilarious skits. I got one finally that I can film. I need to finish my 1,000 subscriber skit, which is now going to be the 1,600 sub skit, which is hilarious. So yeah. Oh, let me see. What did I miss? I mean, I haven't seen the movie Captain Marvel, so I can't even make a judgment on it. So, oh, my thoughts on I finally did read Alex. I read Alex, or I read the comic Alex 2 days ago because the girls with Saber shared it with me. I think it was them or somebody else, and it was super weird. I didn't take it in the way a lot of people were taking it, I think. For me, I took it as a failed attempt at a dark comedy, because I thought the whole thing was like, I thought it was just so weird the way it ends with like the close-up joke stare of Vader, and then he stabs the fan, or and so basically Misconduct. I mean, it's a really bad comic in my opinion. Like, it's just a dumb story. It's bad. It's the issue is it kind of seemed, it came off like a targeted attack at like girl fandom for like in dark side dudes or something. And because like Darth Vader just like kills her at the end. To me, I took it as like an egregious comedy moment in a comic that shouldn't have had that moment in it, but it was already really oddly set up. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I could hear the what is that show? The Curb Your Enthusiasm stuff starting to play in my mind as I stopped reading. I was like, what the hell was this freaking comic about? So, no idea. I didn't like it at all. So wait, I missed a few questions about that. Or up in the chat. What? Oh, hey. Hi, Anthea. Welcome to the chat. How did I name my channel? Well, originally, um, I didn't want it to be just called like Star Wars something or this Star Wars. I wanted it just to be something I like in Star Wars, and I wanted it to be easy to say also. And I've always called AT-ATs, and most of what I do is chit chat with you guys. And this was the goal, to finally get to the point where I'm streaming and talking with everybody and pretty much hanging out. So it was the AT-AT chat was sort of the intent, with the little cheeky inside joke. But then you get to the whole, but it's AT-AT, and I'm like, oh boy, it's okay. You can call it AT-AT or AT-AT. Either are correct. But that's it. That's how I named it. Oh wait, you know what, guys? Give me 1 second. I just realized my window is open, like way behind me, with cars going by. 1 sec. All right. No more ridiculous. No more ridiculous cars going by. So yeah, Thomas Johnson. I just don't know what's going on now with fandom. I feel like both sides of the coin now have like sort of gone a little cuckoo in some ways. We're like we're all just so ready to fight because we've been so on the edge of fighting all the time with everybody on all the sides. It seems, or at least that's how Twitter appears, that like something happens and it's like an explosion. Like my interpretation, because I kind of have been sort of not, I haven't been as on Twitter as I appear to be. Like I'll tweet stuff and like stuff, but I'm not really paying attention to anything. Like unless somebody like might DM me here and there, or like something specific. But I do feel like everybody is predisposed to like throw down on any new Star Wars update. So I don't know. It just seems really, everybody seems really tense still for some reason. It's too bad. Um, Even the other day with Mark, or was it yesterday or the day before? Mark Hamill's comments on Twitter. I did tweet. I didn't retweet him because I would never want to throw him under the bus, like personally. And I was like, I disagree. I wish that he agreed with me. And I had a tweet that was like, Mark, 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 no. you know but that's just my idea of like my beliefs on the sequel trilogy. But I saw a couple really bizarre tweets just telling them to go f off, and who does, just like real vicious stuff. And that's also not okay. So it's just crazy. Yeah, exactly. I don't get why he needed to apologize. But other than that, it hopefully eventually the fandom does cool it again. Things just keep always going on. But hey, Endgame happened. I hope that you guys go see it. It's freaking awesome. I believe TK5763 asked, can we get a room tour set up? Oh yeah, no, for sure. I actually plan on doing that now that I have my digital SLR. I got like a pretty affordable one. Hey, what's up, The Last Jedi? Welcome to the chat. This is like the second time you've been in here, I think. What is the news? I'm like pumped. I don't know what it could be. You're starting a second channel? Yeah, I just don't feel like oh nice, The Last Jedi. That's gonna be sweet. Very cool. Making a fan out of the prequel. I love when people do stuff like that. It's really cool stuff. Oh, I just see Rogue One's in the house. Oh, Darth Revan, what's up? I don't think I said hey to you. And I'm gonna say your name hopefully correct. Janice Polsky? Thanks for checking out the channel and the live stream. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. And thanks everybody for watching the last video I posted. It is The Rise of Ben Redemption. And then I realized I'm like, it's like Red Ben Redemption. So now I'm like, do I need to make a skit with like Kylo Ren on a horse saving a damsel in distress? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, super pumped to to film some stuff now with this camera. I have this like idea of a skit that I could film with my Black Series toys, which will hopefully be hilarious. Um, oh, thanks so much, Rural Farm Boy, my freaking hype man. Thanks so much, Brian Smith. Um, I did see some of the new leaks. I always say, you know, oh, Alex, I'll answer your question in a second. Um, I do think leaks in general, maybe they're parts of the truth or like a tiny portion of it, but this specific one that I just read, I don't think so. Maybe. It sounds a little too easily thought up. Like if like I came to like I've talked about that exact thing that I read about. I'm not going to mention it here just for anybody else that hasn't read anything, but I just don't think that's a JJ route. Personally, I think he's more weird than that. That's way too simple in my opinion. Um, that's why I don't think it's legit. Yo, what's up, Sabak chat? Welcome. Yeah, I got emotional during the trailer and before Endgame when it came on. I was like, it was like the first time my wife was so kind to let me go like finally just like see a movie in a while because like being parents is like a lot of work and I work all the time and I do stuff for the channel and I'm a busy guy and I don't want to if she's at home I want to be home. I don't want to be doing all this stuff. So I actually haven't seen a movie in a theater. The last time I went to the theaters was Solo. That was the last movie I saw in theaters was Solo. So this was so cool to see. I saw it in Dolby AMC. My chair reclined. Freaking moved. It was nuts. And yeah, it was just it was an experience. It was intense. Yeah. Last Jedi, just try not to do any leaks. No leaks in the chat. Um, oh, thanks so much for misconduct. Let me see this. I love Mark's pictures of that 70s show, Star Wars style. Yeah, though what's funny about those things? And say thanks so much for a super chat. The channel support really means a lot. Um, I love when people make bad stuff into memes because like that's what my plan is now with all the weird issues currently going on in the fandom. Is like I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make fun of everything, all sides, just for a little bit. Like not in a super mean way, but more of that self-aware. Like, wow, is this really what we're arguing about stuff? And I'm like, what better way to do it than to have toys argue with themselves in various situations? So I don't know. I got to do some tests and do that. But yeah. So Alex, let me get back to your question from way back. Mark basically just expressed that, and this is how I took his tweet, that Carrie Fisher died, so he misses one of his like most important people in his career, and is one of his best friends to death, right? And I think his own nostalgia and sadness, and the fact that he won't ever get to play aside this person or these other people ever again, it really is the end of the saga. He was just like, yeah, I'm gonna send a tweet that this image that he happened to see with all of his friends in it and his deceased best friend he happened to like, and tweeted, I wish this could have happened. And I think people just kind of took it a little too sourly, and I don't think he meant it nefariously. So that was just my take on it. I thought it was silly to post for sure, but just like he doesn't realize. I think it's just like any person in the digital age now that's like his age. There's like they don't really know their effect sometimes, and they're not even exactly meaning to be mean or attacking. And like this doesn't mean like I'm gonna like forgive like Trump tweets or something like that. I that's something else. I just don't believe somebody like Mark Hamill is innately trying to cause a division, but that's just me. Janice asks, do you think the character portrayed by Adam Driver will die in Tross? I really don't think so. Um, but then again, it could be something where like maybe he does die and somehow the force brings him back. Who knows? You never know. Hey, welcome to the stream, LR. First time? Nice. Everybody say welcome to the stream, LR. Um, yeah, it's too bad you guys can't hear music. I'm like jamming right now with the music in my headphones. For some reason, OBS half of the time has music working. It doesn't make any sense. Last time it worked, this time it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to give people um some fuel to the fire, you know? It's going to always give people something to talk about, unfortunately. Oh, FN 1189. Thanks so much. I was at Celebration a few weeks ago. From what I saw, the fandom couldn't be healthier. Exactly. Yeah, no bullcrap there. Smiley face. And thanks so much for the super chat. It means so much. You know, I have to say, the internet is this sort of cesspool of negativity. I think I've said that at one point on this channel way back. Um, and it's unfortunate because, like, if you really think about the emotional uh, baggage that comes with just like scrolling through your Twitter feed sometimes, it can be exhausting. Um, so I've thought about, just sort of like myself taking a break. Eckhart's been taking a break. It's funny he came back just for a day just to kind of um, throw down some pretty solid logic about another side attack that was something else that came out of like the whole Mark thing. But I just realized, it is really just like bullcrap on Twitter. This is so much madness on everybody's account sometimes, and I wish that people would just take a step back and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm just like all revved up and emotional because I saw like a happy dog tweet, and then like somebody say like the sequel trilogy sucks, and then somebody say something else like completely about something else, and then you're like, oh, like, and now you're just like pissed because like you've been triggered by something, and it's because you looked at it, and that's what Twitter does to people. But yeah, I'm with you. I think the fandom mostly is healthy. I think the internet brings out the worst in fandom. And thanks so much for the super chat, FN1189. That means so much to the channel. Um, Let me go back down here. Oh, what do I think about Battle of the Dreadnoughts? I mean, I was lucky enough to see all that footage for the last couple of months, and because I was trying to think of what is the best way to present this trailer without giving away the important bits of what Eckhart and E.C. Henry were creating, which was the canons. We didn't want to give away crazy stuff in like the 15, or I don't know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and just seeing what they built in After Effects. And I'm a guy that works in I work in the industry doing post production for a lot of different brands for a company right now, and I've worked on so much stuff from 3D just to like 2D animation. Um, and yeah, to see that they were creating this level of quality in After Effects with Element 3D was bonkers. So yeah, amazing stuff. I it's my personal favorite kind of short film is like something that feels like it's pulled out of a movie rather than a full story in and of itself. Um, if that makes sense. And luckily, I think that this was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was big enough with the battle that it didn't need like this like wild story or anything. You just kind of watch this event happen. It could have been like the big end battle of a movie, And I thought it was pretty cool. Um, oh, is it back? Is it flickering? Hold on, guys. I haven't gotten anything that says it's flickering. Is it? Let me try something. Hmm. Let me know if it keeps If it keeps going up and down, maybe I'll restart the stream. Interesting. All right, well, hopefully everything turns out fine. This freaking PC is a pain in the goddamn ass. I might just go back to full time in it on my for streaming at least for on my PC. I mean Mac, not PC, because that was like super easy, no nonsense at least with that, with the music and all that. Um, yeah, hopefully everything works out for you, Viral. What I could do, since the music isn't even playing, I'm just gonna close that tab. What do you guys think? Would you care if I restarted the stream for a few people? My screen's a little blurry too. Yeah, everything says good though. I don't know what's going on. Oh well. Looks like next week I'm gonna be streaming from the Mac 100%. So somebody asked me about a channel at Mindless Entertainment. Honestly, I've only seen a couple of pieces of work from her, and one of them had to do with an old video I made that was just like blowing people up with the Death Star. Yeah, I don't really think the content is interesting in my speed. It's not for me. Um, I like more relaxed, laid back, thought out content. Even if it's angry, it's okay to be angry, but just present it in a way that is okay. Um, yeah, like I don't know. It's too much for me to sit there and probably yell for an hour. Why? I just don't get it. Um, but yeah, somebody, I think it was TK, that asked how Eckhart financed everything. And honestly, who knows? I don't know. I never actually asked them, but they spent a lot of time on it. A lot of time on that short. And I was happy to even just be the slightest part of it. So it was really cool that he was like, "Hey, can you help me out with this thing?" And I was like, "God damn, yes, I can." Um, yeah, I feel like EC Henry Alex is gonna be like working for ILM someday. Soon. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even know her rants. So I just stay away from all most of that stuff. Like I try not to stay in my bubble. But other than that, I just don't like to. I don't like unstructured videos, I guess, is my thing. So, oh no, TK, I haven't seen that actually. If you have a link, drop it in the stream. Yeah, Misconduct, I do really want to discuss Endgame. But I want to give it like I want to give Endgame, I don't know, a week. Yeah, a couple more days for more people to see it, and then I can talk about it. That but yeah, I do want to talk about it. I have a lot of thoughts. Hey, Last Jedi's heading out, so thanks so much for hanging out, dude. I can't wait to check out that prequel edit you got going on. May the force be with you, man. Everybody say bye, The Last Jedi. Good name, by the way. Good name from a good movie. Yeah, I think, I just feel like some people decide my shtick is I'm angry at this and whatever. It's just silly. Um, who knows why? I'm trying to think of a movie that made me mad. Um, like no movies make me mad, I guess. I don't know. what do I think about the hate on Kelly Marie Tran? I thought it was so crazy. Was she my favorite character? No. I mean, that's nobody's ever gonna like tell me that she should be or ought to be or whatever, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she got way too much hate, and I think it was good that she left Twitter for a while. I don't know if she's back or whatever, but people just kind of went a little crazy on her, and I'm glad that JJ's making use of her character in his film. I think it's going to be great. I think she actually looks really cool in the Resistance uniform. Oh, misconduct? Yeah, sure. Oh, it's not enabled. Oh, weird. It should be. I did enable dropping links previously. Weird. Oh well. Um, yeah, that's what I'd say, Tom. Thomas Johnson. I need to see more Rose to get more of an opinion on her character. To be honest, like she didn't really bug me. She didn't really do it for me. Like, does that make sense? Like, it wasn't as impactful as other things going on in the Last Jedi. That's the best way to put it. Um, yeah, Vincent B. I'm with you. I'm totally cool with people disagreeing with me because I have like for me to say like it's definitely gonna happen. Like even my videos, I'm like I know that this is sort of like theory, you know. It's me going on a tangent on what I think is gonna happen, talking about Ben, Kylo Ren, his redemption, and all this stuff, and how Rey, Luke, Leia, and all them are gonna influence everything, and it's really just my interpretation of things that are going on. I could be dead wrong. And, I would hate for people to take things as gospel sometimes because while I think some things are going to happen for sure in my head, some other people definitely think some other things are going to happen for sure. So we're all over the map. I definitely do think, though, Ben Demption's going to happen. Imagine if I was like, I'll bet my house on it. No, I won't. But yeah, that video was super fun to make, and I was so pumped that what was his name? Mandalorian Business made that thumbnail, or not the thumbnail, well, made the art with the Kylo helmet, and it was so cool that I was just like, yo, can I use this? And like I found out that he was on Patreon, so I subscribed and I donate $1 a month. So when will part two come out? So right now I want to get to a couple of videos that I needed to get to on this channel, like the 1,000 sub thing, and even though I'm way past that now, which I'll just call it the thank you, whatever. I don't want to have to redo the audio, I guess, because I've already done all the audio. Um, but yeah, I'll be doing I think 3 videos before you get part two, and part two is gonna go kind of into ways villains are redeemed in literature and how things can um and how things might evolve in the final chapter here. And again, just like the other previous Star Wars analysis that I do, it's going to be sort of um speculation through the tropes of storytelling. I think this is happening because it's happened here, and here's the analog where I see it leading that down. And that's kind of like how I want part two to go. But I also want to put a little more stank into part two. um, yeah, Janice, I kind of agree. And I mentioned that in my redemption video. I said that I think that, Ray kind of played her part big time already in Ben's redemption. He's been poked and prodded towards the light in various ways, and I do think my speculation, just knowing JJ and Mr. X, I feel like he's gonna have some sort of interaction with his father in some way, whether that's a vision or literal. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it could happen, but it's just my gut instinct, and I'm okay with being absolutely wrong. So, oh TK, it's so hard for me to ever say which one's my favorite starfighter. Um, One of the goofiest ones is the speeder that Bail Organa's in, where like R2's cut in half. Oh, Diova, where was it? Yeah, repost questions. No worries, guys. I can't get to them all, but I'll try. I'll do my best. Um, Alex, so when you talk about George's sequel trilogy ideas, do you mean the ones specifically about like midi chlorians and like that stuff? Because that I thought would be a little weird. Yeah, like it's like how the will, yeah, yeah, the wills and all that. That's personally, that's personally not my thing, or my head canon on the wills. I mean, even though now that he said that, I guess that's where his head was at. But it really reeked of Osmosis Jones, if that means anything. So I don't know if you guys have seen that film Osmosis Jones, but it's like an inner world in the body, and like there's an outer drama and an inner drama. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I really dug it too much. I probably still would have watched it though had they gone forward with those ideas, because it would be called Star Wars. Yeah, Osmosis Jones was a fun movie, but I think I saw it when I was like a little. I don't like 20 years ago maybe. Um, yeah, Robin Stanton. I would say yes, but apparently I guess I need to enable this again. Links aren't working in this stream, so I think it's because I reset a few things. So I probably have to go back into stream options for the next one so links can work. Um, yeah, Anakin's Force Ghost. It'd be so cool to see Hayden Christensen come back and just like, I don't know. I think people will go bananas in the theaters. Like imagine it just pans past Luke, and then it's just like him as a Force Ghost, and then his father as a young man as a Force Ghost. It would be interesting. I don't know. I would love to see it. Stewart asks, "How's the youngling?" The youngling is good. He's all over the place, walking everywhere, showing everything to everybody, just like picking things up and just presenting it. It's hilarious. And he'll just like babble and go da da, or he doesn't call me Dagoon anymore. He calls me da da. He finally ascended to dad. Almost. It's gonna be weird when he's like, "Hey, dad." But yeah, he's doing good, and I think he's probably nope. In about like 30 minutes, he's eaten some dinner, and then we're gonna all hang out, and then me and my wife are gonna hopefully watch Game of Thrones, because I thought last week's episode was gonna be the big battle. Apparently, that's tonight, so I'm super pumped. It's like I've watched so much epic stuff this weekend. I almost can't freaking handle it. Ooh, Rogue One. That's an interesting question. I wanted to ask. Yeah, so Rogue One asked, I wanted to ask, would you rather be a Jedi Guardian or a Jedi Consular? Guardians focus on saber combat while Consulars focus on force abilities. I think a Consular. And part of that, like, my general feeling towards Star Wars and my general obsession towards it in the largest sense is its philosophy and its mysticism and all of that stuff. To me, that's the meat of it to me. So I would totally be a Qui-Gon Jinn obsessing over Force lore, looking for holocrons, looking for any knowledge I could, you know? I'd probably accidentally turn to the dark side. So I would be Darth Adat. I see. I don't think Zero has any bad motives. Oh, good giggle freaks. Yes, you made the right choice. You need to watch Game of Thrones. Oh no, I read that wrong. You're going to bed. You're making the wrong choice. You need to watch Game of Thrones and then go to bed. You can only go to bed. I'm demanding it. But anyways, thanks for hanging out for a little bit, giggle freaks. Good night. May the force be with you, and thanks for all the channel support, dude. Everybody say good night, giggle freaks. May the force be with you. Yeah, I don't know anything about Brie, to be honest. I don't have like an ear to everything. Like there's no way I can keep up with everything. Um, like there's just no way. There's so much stuff going on in entertainment that to be in the know on everything would exhaust the hell out of me. So I just see the movies most of the time and read the books, and I try to stay away from getting caught up in people's interpretations of what other people say, if that makes sense. I'd rather just stick with my interpretations for most of the things. Just because, like I said earlier, I think it's super easy to get caught up in a echo chamber of like, yeah, you know what, she really did mean this, or no, she didn't. It's just like it's too easy to get caught up in it. So I don't know. I'd rather not even look at it. So yeah, who knows? People just want to attack. Oh my god, Google Freaks, the Game of Thrones premieres at 3 a.m. Good god. Yeah, go to bed. Go to bed. Imagine a Disney version of Game of Thrones. Like yeah, I that would be the least bloody, most hard to make show Disney's ever had. I don't know. Yeah, so Stuart, I've definitely seen videos on YouTube and like my suggested, like for no reason, because I don't search Brie Larson. Um, so it's weird that it gets sent to me. I do search MCU stuff like Thor sometimes, like for Ragnarok or Infinity War Endgame stuff. Just like, the current stuff like on those movies, but I was never specifically looking for her. And I get all these videos about like things about her, and I'm like, why? I had to keep hitting like not interested. So super weird. Oh, Brian Smith. Yeah, I remember reading something about George Lucas being involved with the aspect of Game of Thrones. That's so he helped on the first episode. Interesting. Well, you know what's funny? Speaking of directors and sets and stuff, I just rewatched the first Iron Man last night after, you know, um, getting over Endgame. I just wanted to watch Iron Man, and I forgot how much of the suit is practical in the beginning of the movie for when he like makes the first Iron Man suit. And then I thought to myself, the filmmaking in the first Iron Man is so cool. there's so many long shots that like just track with the him in the suit, and I'm like, hot damn, we are freaking seeing Jon Favreau's style of filmmaking. And I've seen this before recently, and I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of The Mandalorian. And I think if everybody here like rewatches the first Iron Man, I think that camera style and the way that they shot things practically and the vibe, I think that's going to be part of the vibe with The Mandalorian. Even the look and the camera movement, it looked crazy. And it's all I could think about, especially when I was comparing it to the little trailer that they dropped. So I don't even remember Iron Man 2. What happened in Iron Man 2? I actually recently rewatched Iron Man 3 as well. Yeah, he was getting his bubba. He made it through the little noise gate. That's why usually hopefully music's playing because it covers up baby sounds. Oh my god! Speaking of, you know, alarming noises, I hope all of you have seen the Child's Play trailer. That looks creepy as hell. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see Clone Wars come back. Clone Wars was never the biggest thing on my radar until Rebels came out, and then Rebels retroactively made me want to rewatch Clone Wars, and I fell in love with it. So I'm glad that Filoni really does have a chance to finish up what he wanted to do. It's gonna be sweet. Oh, Abigail's out. Thanks so much for hanging out, Abigail. May the force be with you, and everybody say good night, Abigail. Thanks for hanging out. It really means a lot. If TLJ was R rated, can you even imagine what the finger scene would have really yes. Oh god. I'm sure there's a certain website that has made that version of that scene. Wink, wink. Yeah, he is. What's really crazy about Mark Hamill voicing Chucky though is that he sounds really close to Brad Dourif. Is that the guy's name that did the original? Um, and he was like, "Hey, Andy!" Like when he does that in the trailer, I was like, "Oh my god, it sounds just like him." So it's crazy. Um, TK, interesting. Um, I will say though, when I finished watching Clone Wars, I thought to myself, man, why wasn't these stories interwoven into the larger prequel trilogy story itself? Because I feel like we never got what we needed. I think like the beginning of Revenge of the Sith and the end of Attack of the Clones has battle, but you know what really made me also reevaluate my love for the prequel trilogy, even though like I've always liked it, what made me really start getting back into it big time, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, was the fact that I finished like the Clone Wars and I was like, God damn, this is like so good. Now I need to rewatch everything. Oh, nice. Brian Smith taking the dog for a walk. Man, I need to get a dog. Well, thanks for hanging out, dude. Hope to see you in the next stream. Enjoy the dog walk. May the force be with you. Good night, Irene. Yeah, so it looks like we got a couple people going to bed. Well, everybody that is going to bed, good night. May the force be with you. I hope you have a good sleep. And maybe I'll start having earlier streams so that way it's not like God knows what time. But I do want to start having more streams during the week. Oh, TK. So, what is the most exciting thing coming out for me in 2019? It's a tie now between The Mandalorian and Episode 9. big time. And some of it's for fanboy reasons and fan service reasons, and some of it's, uh, I don't know. I just feel like what we saw with the Mandalorian is so on the nose Star Wars that it's like unbelievable that they're doing it in the way they're filming it. It's crazy. Like the when I saw him using motion control, which is the repeated movement of the camera and the ship to get the authentic X-wing flying by feeling from the 80s movies, I was like, "Oh, oh my god." You know what I mean? I was like, "You got to be kidding me." And that's also why I'm straight up saying everybody watch Iron Man, the first one, because like I think when you first see Iron Man escape his capture in the suit and what we see from the Mandalorian in that trailer, it seemed so similar to me. And everything was practical, or most of everything was practical in the first Iron Man movie with that first suit and that scene. It was so freaking cool. Um, and then the other thing too is the trailer or the sort of scene edit or whatever it is they gave us. Oh, you have an audio issues? Well, we have like 10 more minutes of streaming, so hopefully it doesn't fully cut out or anything. I'm going to be going for about another 10 minutes. But I will say, everything that we saw, it just looks like it just looks correct. It looks like he knows what he's doing. And what I saw from the tone of it in that one little scene that he gave us, and I know it was filmed from somebody like behind somewhere, all angled. I just feel like it's like dark but funny when he's like, I like the odds. Or those are good odds or whatever. And it just feels weird in the right way. It looks correct in a filmmaking Star Wars sense with the practical puppets I saw. And it's just freaking I don't know. I just want to like bow down to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. So, audio check. Well, I apologize for all the weird tiny glitches going on with my streams for the last 2 weeks for some people. It's definitely on my end because I've only had issues with streams ever since I got this PC, which is very bizarre because when I do tests, it's working. Um, doesn't make sense. But yeah, those two guys are gonna blow our minds, and I really can't wait to see Taika Waititi's episode. I feel like it's gonna be out of control. Just knowing how he is with comedy. But yeah, and then the other thing too is for episode 9. I mean, I've been waiting for episode 9 forever, even before I knew the sequel trilogy was coming out. If that makes sense, we all wanted this. I think fans have always wanted the sequel, like a sequel trilogy or more Star Wars, and like to get a real deal conclusion is amazing to me. And um, say what you will, but I do think Return of the Jedi did leave things open for sure in a way, and the expanded universe created a thirst for more stories. So you can't really knock it. And we're finally getting this like conclusion, this like hopefully super amazing, bold finality that does kind of leave room maybe for a what if down the line. Who knows? But I'm really, really, um, really also excited for that. But like I said, Mandalorian and Episode 9. And Stuart said it a while ago. There's like nothing to go on, really. So Alex, interesting question. Do I think the sequel trilogy will be the best Star Wars trilogy? Um, hard to say. I think as a total product, I think for me, it would be neck and neck with the original trilogy. Although, as rewatchability goes, I'd probably go with this as long as nine really hits my feels really hard and doesn't just feel like a, you know, this is where we all thought we were going. I feel like it'll probably be the one I rewatch the most. That's like kind of the way I'll put it. Just because it just is filmed so different and more modern to my it appeals to my tastes. Um, the new pace of everything. So, but yeah, yeah, I'm kind of with Thomas Johnson. It doesn't need to like really beat anything, but it'll probably be the most rewatched for me for a while, just because of the newness factor. That's like how I am with a lot of stuff. So, what do I think about Kylo repairing, or yeah, the repairing of Kylo's mask? Well, I think in my video that it's like a symbolic kind of thing, like him being sort of self-aware um, of his like blunders. So like the rebuilding of the mask is sort of even an admission to himself that he has failed, but he won't again. Maybe to the Knights of Ren. I don't know. I think like the Knights of Ren are a lot more than just these lost Jedi from Luke's Academy. I posted in my video that I think that they could be similar to the Acolytes of the Beyond, and that's sort of what we always thought. But maybe just these people that have always been wanting, like the chosen ones. They found out that that Ben was the chosen one's grandson and was being prodded and poked towards the dark side. And they're like, who better to lead us than us being Sith worshippers are the chosen ones that turned to Darth Vader's grandson. You know, like it just seems like there's some weird witch like creepy vibe going on with them. And the reason I think that too has to do with a lot of stuff going on with Master and Apprentice and Force stuff. So FN1189. Thanks so much again for the super chat, dude. The only other film more worthy of hype besides Strauss, there's Klaus. Wait, what is this? Let me check it out. What is this? I'm gonna turn on the volume just so I don't hear it in my headphones. But this looks very good. Wow. Well, thanks for the super chat and channel support, man. I can't wait to check out this trailer with or this teaser with the audio on. Wow, this actually looks really tight. I love this kind of stuff. An ATPT. ATPT just sounds funny too. Yo, man, can I get that ATPT? I feel like it'd get made fun of. Oh, this is coming to Netflix? Yeah, you know what's funny? I saw another animation or animated film on Netflix that I haven't watched yet, but it looks really high quality. That's really cool. Wow. But yeah, back to Callous Mass just for a second. Basically, I just think everything surrounding him and the Knights of Ren, and let's think of what like knights are. Like if everybody's caught up with Game of Thrones, we saw a thing about knighting, right? And freaking like it's a set of beliefs, right? Being a knight is a set of beliefs. He is the master of a set of beliefs of a group of people. What the heck does that even mean? That's why I think it's way more than just a simple, you left with a couple of my students and they became the Knights of Ren. I think we're going to get like a Knights of Ren novel or something. Like, you know, all the books leading up to. And I just had this vibe that they like create helmets and names to like honor the Sith or honor the dark side in like a very cultish way. It's kind of the vibe I get. And I know I have that hunch on nothing, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Imagine if the AT-AT chat was coming to Netflix. One live stream and one video once a week. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember these, and I remember these specifically in an episode with Mace Windu going up against a bunch of B1 battle droids, and he's like in one of these, and he like runs up to them and uses the Force to take them all out. I think these things freaking ran around. At chat, a soy boy series, right? Because I like food that has protein in it. I love when people use that word or SJW. It's just like, oh, you like improvement? You like people? Like you like acknowledging the fact that we live in a multicultural society now? Like you're gonna make fun of that? Why? It's insane. Doesn't make sense. But oh yeah, interesting, Stuart. Yeah, I figured like Star Wars Explained has to be probably one of the most respected channels on Star Wars, in my opinion. And I just figured in my head, without a doubt, Star Wars, the literal like Lucasfilm would know who they are. So that's pretty cool. I bet they're well respected, and I'm super pumped that they get the early release books and stuff, and they get to review them for us, and it's really fun to listen to. I usually listen to those after I read the books. I don't want to have like even tiny things spoiled for the books. So, you know, I'm so into Master and Apprentice. Yeah, it's exactly, Stuart. People act like, why is this happening? I'm like, because this is why this is reality. We need to have representation because now it's more than just a bunch of like Imperials that or not Imperials, Europeans that like came over on the Mayflower. It's been a long time since then, so maybe we should adjust. Just just a thought. That's just me. So well, I think I'm gonna go for like another 5 minutes of streaming. So ask your questions away, guys. Anything, but no spoilers though. Because it's been a fun stream, but I am gonna be eating food soon, and I like food, so you know me. No, you're in the wrong place, bro. This isn't one of those. Do I drink soy? I think I don't think I've literally drinking soy if on purpose, but I know I've like had soy or I eat tofu. I love tofu. I don't want to eat like meat and stuff. Because sometimes I don't want to eat meat. And but I want something that's kind of like eggy, proteiny. Why not? Vincent, soy is a plant-based protein that will give you boobies. That's what the boys say. So who knows? Um, it's just it's a sort of hilarious defection on hold on. I love whoever this is. Kaname Lokan. How do you expect to get that cute trap bot without soy? That's actually hilarious. Oh man. That was funny. Um yeah, you guys know me. It's like the second I get inspiration to do my parodies, all that stuff's going in there. Like that those kind of words. My like Welcome to the aggro crag, where all the males are non-SJW super white dupers. Like that stupid aggro man talk stuff. Like Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Like I love that stuff because it's silly. Um, and I want it's gonna be really interesting if when I drop a couple parodies coming up, and I've gotten a lot of subs this past month, and hopefully it doesn't make them go what, because that is also what the AT-AT chat is. It's a bunch of sort of poking fun at stuff. Anthea, I Gaia. I always like second guess the pronunciation of the name. Do I think the Vader comic was deliberate poke at the Raylo fandom? I did wonder that, but I don't think it was deliberate, or at least I didn't. I don't take most things as a deliberate thing. I think what happens is that people make really stupid decisions in creative, and it goes out. And so, for an analog, I once was working on a commercial that was showcasing women searching, and there was the sounds of like monkeys and hyenas in the background, and somebody was just like, maybe you shouldn't portray women as animals, because maybe they're not gonna like it. And I was like, yeah, why didn't the creatives think about this before it got to this stage? Because I was always wondering the same thing. So I think what happens is that things go out there and it's like, oh my god. I mean, and it was a horrible comic, in my opinion. But I don't know if it was a deliberate poke at Raylo. If I think it was a deliberate poke at anything, it might just be like the trope of the bad boy obsession ending this time with a death. Because like that is the trope, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I think that guy's kind of a dummy though for even saying that he thought that she was the heroine of the story. I'm like, dude, do you even know what that word means? Or are you on heroin? I don't think you know what heroin is. So I think he's on the drug. Dude, I need a Bantha Puda Inc. video. But I do think a couple of these other skits with the toys I have coming up might be a new addition to the comedy on here. I'm really pumped that I got a camera, so I'm excited to make some stuff. So TK, yeah, you know what? I'll finish off with that question about Disney and remaking a lot of things. So and totally Anthea, yeah. I think his freaking retweet was so non-self-aware, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so TK, I'm gonna end with TK5763's question here. And again, as always, guys, thanks for hanging out. So the question is, what do you think of Disney and their remake time with movies and all? So yeah, to me, it's a little egregious. Um, did I feel emotional when I heard the music of The Lion King in the trailer in the theaters going through my body? Yes. But I feel like while it's cool to see what you can do given the new technology, I just want to see new stories. And I get it. Like, I'm 33, so like, who am I to dictate what Disney's going to do? These movies are going to make money, and a lot of little kids, these are going to be their first Lion Kings and their first Dumbos and their first Aladdin. So in that light, I think of it like, what a great way to give the same vibe that we all got growing up, loving these, to new kids. But as adults, we're like, come on, like, really? Down to the T, you're remaking it down to the T. And I haven't seen Dumbo. I've heard from some people that it's really, really good. But it just doesn't make me want to go check it out right now. Once my son's like 4 or 5, we're gonna be going to see those movies, and luckily Disney is making them, so at least I can expect a good quality film, in my opinion. Like, they do have a lot of blunders, like here and there, like with like The Wrinkle in Time and all that stuff. But on the most part with those movies, they do really well. But yeah, I think it'd be nice to not be living in remake world anymore. And some people could argue that the sequel trilogy, in some aspects, they've argued this, that it's just a remake of the OT. And I'm like, isn't that what every Star Wars movie kind of is, though? It's like a remake of itself because it's about adventure serials and stuff. But yeah, remakes, they happen way too often, and I do think that Disney doesn't need to do everything. So, but yeah. Oh, somebody just showed up as the chat is coming to a close. Um, Gam, I hope that I just, or Gam, I hope I just said it right. But we are actually wrapping up the chat now, the live stream. So it's been great, everybody. Let me go through everybody that's been in the stream so far, or everybody I can remember. We got Stuart, Yova, TK, FN 1189. I don't know if he's still in here. Alex, Anthea, Stuart, Gam, Raylo, Ben Ray Love, Thomas Johnson, Vincent B. Who else? Did I say Janice, Misconduct, Yova Rods, and Rural Farm Boy? Yeah, it's been awesome. I think this has been a pretty sweet stream on a nice Sunday. I don't know what time it is where all of you guys are, but if it's nighttime, I hope you have a really good night. If it's morning, I hope you have a really good morning. If it's in between that, I hope you just have a good time. So I'm going to be working on a couple new videos this week. One's going to be finally the 1,000 subscriber skit, and which is going to be the 1,600 sub skit, I guess. And then we're going to be doing a couple other little videos, and then another stream, and then part 2 of Ben Solo's Redemption. So, as always, this is the AT-AT Chat. It's been real. May the Force be with you, and I'm signing off.